Okay, hello everybody. Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful week. And here we are, mid-May, in full swing of spring. Let me get the lights here. I had to restart the stream because if anything happens to the sound, the live stream just decides no, it won't change sound. It won't change mics midstream. So I had to restart the stream. So hello, whoever is here and watching. Thank you for being here. I've been doing Flow Together Wednesdays while the studios are closed or very much restricted, uh, because vinyasa is a little bit more vigorous than the other types of yoga, and so you don't want to be doing cardio inside a closed room until everything is safe and settled. So until then, well, I'll be doing some the live Wednesdays. Uh, might slow down in summer when I take it outside for my locals. And so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start in child's pose. So find yourself a nice comfy child to settle into. Maybe you get a bolster for your chest. And if you've never done it, go ahead and use a bolster or a cushion for your chest. Feel it out. Feel the difference of, uh, of having the support under the chest. Just notice where the sensations travel when you have when you're using a tool. There's this weird resistance to the use of various yoga tools because there's the myth that, oh well, if you're yogi extraordinaire you don't use tools, which is not the case. A seasoned yogi will recognize the benefits of various tools and just like to explore them out of a sense of curiosity. And so explore your space right now. Without the eyes though. Close the eyes if that feels comfortable today. Explore the sounds of your space. Explore the sensations of your connection to the earth, to the ground. The way your clothes feel today. The way the breath feels as it moves through your body and out again. Play with that feeling by directing the breath deeper. And play with that depth. Explore the depth of your breath. If you're like me and you do have one cheek turned to the ground or to a bolster, go ahead and switch. Turn the other ear to the ground or bolster. Melt in again. Well, let's let these next two breaths, let the exhale double the inhale. So if you do an inhale to 4, exhale to 8. Maybe you're at 6 and 12. Maybe you're at 3 and 6. Whatever's working today, go for that. Spring is associated with that exhale, that bridge between extremes. And when you're finished with that exhale, let's go ahead and come on up. We're going to use our hands. We're going to keep the head heavy as we stack the spine, pull the navel in to support the spine. Shoulders are back and head comes up last. Okay, we're going to be on our knees for a bit. So if that's an issue, you can curl the mat to give some extra cushion or stick a towel or blanket under the knees. Okay, so let's sit up nice and tall. Pull the heels together. See if you can find Mula Bandha. That's a sense of lift from the pelvic floor. That helps sit and seiza much longer, especially if you get used to it. We're going to bring our hands to our knees. As we inhale, we're going to pull our chest between our upper arms and look up. And as we exhale, we're going to pull the navel in and curl around it. Pulling the arms. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale. So this nice kneeling cat-cow. Now, if this is too much, feel free to go into Sukhasana, but we're not going to be doing this for very long. We're going to actually be moving on our knees in a moment. Really coordinate breath and movement. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift the heart. Round the shoulders as you curl the spine. Tuck the chin into that notch at the bottom of the throat. Finish this exhale. And we'll come on up all the way to our knees. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. As we inhale, we're going to reach on up, push the hips forward, just a gentle kind of camel-ish pose. And as we exhale, hands come parallel and we do a lean. So not a camel. We're working into our quads, waking them up. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Now let's add on a little bit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lean. And we'll plank with our upper body. Inhale, lift. And as we exhale, we're going to dive it on down. Tap the forehead to the ground. Tap the sit bones to the heels. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lean. Inhale, push the hips forward. Exhale, dive down to child. Controlled dive. Inhale, lift the heart. Stretch it out. Exhale. Pull the shoulder heads back, or shoulder blades back to support the chest. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. And dive on down. Hands under shoulders. As we inhale, roll the spine on up to kneeling. And make sure you have some space on either side of your body, whether you want to turn to orient yourself with the mat like I am now, or if you just want to move, clear out the space. Okay. As we're going to set the right hand on the ground and just inhale, sweep the right arm up, pull it behind the head. Exhale, crawl low to the ground and sweep on up the other way. The hand is in line with the hips. Exhale to sweep, reach the hands out as far as they can go. And inhale to come into the side bend. Exhale to roll on down. Maybe we get a little lower. Let's keep the opposite sit bone on the ground. Or on the heel. Okay, next time as we come around, we're just going to do kind of like a modified side camel. Just lift the hips off the heels. Not a full camel. Exhale to sweep it around. Just lifting the hips off the heels. Okay, this next time around, the right hand is going to come even with the knees. So then when we sweep up, we're kind of in our extended gait. Exhale, come around. Left hand plants next in line with the knees. As we sweep up, reach out with the right foot. Pull that upper arm past the ear. Next time we come over to the right side, we're going to hang out. We're going to take this left arm and we're going to inhale to spiral it open. So we have like a straight line across the heart. Pull that left hand behind the body, push the hips forward. And as we exhale, we're just going to swing it around back and just inhale to open, blossom. Exhale, curl. Just a little bit of a curl. Get heavy through the left fingertips. Just notice the stretch under the armpits. One more inhale. Now as we exhale, we're going to drop on down into shavasana with the left leg extended. So let's sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And as we exhale, dive for the leg. Inhale in the pose. Exhale to come into a twist. Pull the right knee into the heart and twist over the right side. Exhale to move. Inhale in the pose. exhale to come up. Inhale in the twist. And exhale, sweep it around. Okay, this time when we go back over that left leg, we're going to do a side bend. So as we exhale, instead of curving the body around, we're just going to tip the body to the side. Inhale to reach past the toes if you can with the right hand. And exhale, come back into the twist, hugging the knee in. Exhale into the side bend. Inhale, pull that shoulder pull that shoulder back, left shoulder back. Exhale. And on the next exhale, just lower the knee, keep the hand behind the right hand behind you so we can sweep on back up to our gate. Inhale, nice and big. And exhale, we do our gate sweep. Come back around, reach it out. Exhale, extend out. And next time we come over to the left side, we're going to stay there. So hands in line with the knee, in line with the foot. We push the hips forward to keep the hips in that plane. And then we, on an inhale, we circle the arm back, open the hand up to the sky, open the heart to the sky. And as we exhale, just arc the arm around and get it heavy using gravity. Inhale to open. Exhale to curl. Inhale, open, press the hips. On our next exhale, we'll circle that arm all the way around as we come into Janu. And dive over the left leg. Right leg. Exhale, we swing around into the twist. Left hand behind the spine. Inhaling there and then exhaling to twist over to fold over the right leg. Just finding joy in movement. Joy in the body. Joy in exploring all of its little quirks. Unique little thumbprint on the world. And next time we exhale, we're going to do the side bend instead of the forward fold. So the exhale, knee comes down and we just sweep the left arm overhead. Inhale to reach out through the left arm, pull that left arm behind the ear. And exhale to move back into the twist. Inhale to breathe the spine tall. And exhale to side bend. And side bend. And as we exhale, we come on up. We're going to sweep ourselves back into gate legs. Inhale. And exhale, sweep it back around to child's pose. Long arms, elbows off the ground. Okay, on an inhale, let's roll ourselves on up. Exhale, let's lower ourselves on down to the ground. Reach back with the toes. Reach back with the fingers. And as we inhale, we'll spiral the palms out to the side to lift the heart. And exhale back down. Strong through the legs. Reach back, particularly with the balls of the big toes. Next time we come up, let's hold. Maybe we bend the knees. Maybe we get the feet. Let's make sure the knees stay in line with the hips. They want to wing out sometimes. We're not going to let them. And exhale, melt on down. Big belly breath into the ground. Third bird out. Okay, hands under shoulders. Tuck the toes. We're going to come up to down dog. So you can do that pre-plank or knees plank, whatever's working out for you today. Find your down dog. Pedal the feet, drop the shoulders. Just going to move around and ease into your stillness. So we're taking 2 more breaths of movement so that we can hang out for at least 3 breaths in a dynamic stillness. Okay, find your stillness. Grab the mat with your finger pads so we're not jamming into the wrist. Reach up through the tailbone. Sink through the heels. If the heels don't make it to the ground, that's okay. We're creating length. Okay, finish your next exhale. Look to the hands. We're going to do a little squat hop. So the feet are going to hop to the outside of the hands. Drop the hips. Inhale here. And exhale, pop it back to down dog. Inhale and down dog. Find that length through the arms. And exhale into our squat. If hopping is no problem, then your journey now is to make those hops as quiet as possible. Some of you are beautiful handstanders who can come into a handstand before a squat, then you take that, you do that. Okay, last one. And release the hands. Let's give it, while we're hanging out here in our squat, we're just going to release the hands. Fingers point down. We take the hand to the back of the hand. We take the opposite hand to the back of the hand. Stretch out there. Press particularly on the base of the, or on the knuckle of the index finger. And let's switch. And shake out the hands. Let's bring the hands to the ground. And as we lift the hips, the toes are going to curl in slightly. So the heels are at the edges of the mat. And let's take a nice fold here. Sway the chin. Maybe we can shift the weight from side to side. Soft through the knees. Let's come into a stillness. Lift the tailbone. Maybe shift the weight slightly into the toes. See what that does. Explore, explore. And on the next inhale, bend the knees, pull the navel away from the thighs. Keep the arms heavy and the head heavy as we stack everything up. Using our core muscles. Come on up to stand. Beautiful. Give the legs a little shake. And we'll find a nice strong mountain pose and we'll move into our first set of standing poses. So let's inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, lead with the heart as we dive forward. Inhale, flat back, pushing into the ground or the shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float back into plank and lower down into your chaturanga, elbows close to the rib cage. Inhale, lift the heart, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Okay, we're going to inhale that right leg up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that knee into the chest, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, reach straight up and back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, straight up and back. Exhale, curl it in and hold, pulling the heel up toward the bum, pulling the knee up toward the chest. And then step it forward with the right leg. Let's switch for you so you can see. Pivot on the back foot. Toes point out to the side on the left foot. And we come on up to our warrior two. And let's interlace the fingers. Press the palms up to the sky to make sure the shoulders stay over the hips. This is going to help us because some of us are here. We want to pull ourselves back up here. Find the weight in that back foot. You now check in with the knee. Make sure the knee's tracking straight out. Okay, find the core. In fact, bring your fingers to the floating ribs and see if you can find your hip bones. We want them aligned. We don't want them popping. We want the lower ribs settling over the hip bones. And then the hands come out. Strong, but ease. Strength and ease at the same time. Looking for bliss. Looking for ease. even when our muscles are working. In an analogous way, we want to look for ease in our mind when stress is working on us. Yes, I'm keeping us here for a bit. Our next inhale, let's straighten that front leg. Oh, lovely. Turn the toes inward. And let's inhale to rise up. As we exhale, we're going to dive forward. Hands are going to release underneath the shoulders. Inhale, a nice long spine. And walk the hands on back. Crown of the head comes toward the floor. We want to keep the elbows bending backwards. If your head is hitting the ground, scoot the feet in a bit so that you have lots of space for the spine. So this pose, we're getting some stretch through the calves and through the hamstrings, but we're also getting some traction through the spine. So don't feel like you have to have super wide legs. If it shortens your stand, if it shortens your spine, then you want to come in with the legs. Shift the weight into the toes. Last breath. Let's inhale a flat back. Exhale, hands to hips. Roll the shoulders away from the ground. Inhale to come all the way up. And we're going to windmill ourselves back down over the right leg. Then let's send it back and take a vinyasa. Well, inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Three-legged plank, knee into the chest. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Try to keep the hips nice and square as we lift. And hang out here. Pulling the heel in, pulling the knee up. And step it all the way forward. Pivot on the back foot. And windmill on up. So this time we're on the left leg. I'll switch around over here to mirror you. So left leg is, we're doing our warrior two over the left leg. Let's interlace the fingers, put a new finger in front, press the palms up, pull the navel in. Get some weight in the back foot, into the right foot, and exhale, release into warrior. Check in with the knee, make sure it's not caving in. We want it to go straight ahead, even leaning a little bit toward the little toe side. We want to get the floating ribs over the hips. Core is established. The more we can bring into our core, the more ease we can bring into any of our standing poses. Found the ease yet? And next inhale, we'll straighten that front leg. We'll turn the toes in. So both toes are slightly pigeon-toed. We'll interlace the fingers behind the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart. Exhale, dive down. Hands up overhead. Reach the knuckles away from the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind the heart. Breathe all the way up into your hips. Use these standing forward folds to breathe against gravity. And our next inhale, the knuckles are going to pull us all the way up. Get a bit of a back bend. And release the arms, turn the toes out. Let's slide into goddess. Hands come to the knees, kind of guide them wider. Going in the same direction as the toes. Press into the thighs to lift the heart. As we exhale, lead with the heart as we bow forward. Inhale to draw the navel in and up as we stack the spine. Exhale to dive. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Last one. And as we inhale, we're going to straighten legs, turn the toes in, and roll on up to stand. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to, I lost what we're doing. Yes, turn the toes in, and we're going to do another forward fold. So push the hips forward, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Keep the heart leading as we keep the hands on the hips. Release the head toward the ground. Pull the elbows toward one another behind the back. Shift the weight into the toes. Feel a sense of lift through the inner legs and a sense of grounding through the outer legs into the outer blade of the foot. And next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up. Flat back. Press the hips forward. Turn the toes out. We're back in goddess. Keep the core just like we did with our warriors. Come into our goddess pose. Inhale here. Exhale, sink the hips. Now as we inhale, we're going to come over to the left side. Take a side bend. And exhale back to center. Inhale over the right knee. Reach long. Keep the reaching arm behind the ear if you can, without caving the head forward. We don't want to get the arm behind the ear by dropping the head forward. Let's keep the head in line with the shoulders. Last one. And back to neutral. Let's lift up into star, turn the toes inward. Now get a stance. Now we do want our head to come to the ground. For those of you who are good at going into headstand, that's what we're going to do. So let's inhale, press the hips forward. Oh no. Open up the arms nice and wide, press the hips forward as we exhale, swan dive down. Hands come to the ankles, the calves, or maybe the peace fingers come around the big toe, and the elbows go out wide. So my friends who want to come into a headstand, we're going to release the toes after the next exhale. My friends not coming into the headstand, just stay in your forward fold. My friends who are comfortable going into headstands, let's get interlace the fingers, elbows under shoulders, forearms pressing into the ground, crown of the head pressing into the ground, shoulders move away from the ground. Maybe come up on our toes. Maybe we transfer the weight onto the head. And maybe we lift. Explore. Maybe we're there today, maybe not. And if you are in headstand, let's come into butterfly headstand. Feet together, knees wide. Maybe we bring our knees together. Maybe we stag our legs. Left knee comes forward, right knee goes back. We have a little pinwheel leg. And pinwheel on the other side. And let's come back to our butterfly. Let's bring our legs nice and wide. Let's settle the toes to the ground and meet our friends who are already folding. Let there be space for the head now. Sway the chin from side to side. Okay, and then inhale, let's get a flat back. And then exhale, hands come to hips. Inhale to rise all the way up. And we're going to windmill ourselves over the left leg. And take a vinyasa. Okay, I'm not going to mirror you for this one.
Let's inhale the right leg nice and high. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the right knee to the left elbow. So we drop the right hip. Inhale to reach up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale up. And this time as we come across, we bypass the elbow and kick the right leg straight out to the side under the body. Pivot on the back foot, on the left foot, and we come up to rise. Pull the arm behind the heart so we can start to spiral. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate down, facing the back of the mat with legs about 90 degrees. Okay. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, take a big forward fold, just like we were doing when we were standing. Inhale to draw the chest out of the hips. And exhale, fold. Okay, stay up. For those of you who are low, stay up on the fingertips so you keep the elbows off the ground. And keep going long through your spine. Pull the toes up toward the sky without using your hands. Just use your leg muscles to rotate the toes up toward the sky, knees up to the sky. Yeah, exhale everything. And walk it on back. We're going to curl the right leg in, hand behind the hips, swirl up to our gate pose that we did in the, at the warm-up. Reaching on out. And as we exhale, we're going to pivot all the way around. Send the right foot back. Take a vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up. I'm going to kick the window. And as we exhale, left knee comes to right elbow. Drop the left hip. Inhale to reach up. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale as the knee comes under the body. Let's shoot the leg out 90 degrees at the hips. Pivot on the back foot and reach up. Lift the hips. Pull the right hand behind the chest. And as we exhale, swoop it around. Stretch the legs out nice and wide. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, come to a fold. Exhale here. As we inhale, we're going to crawl over to the right side. Sweep the left arm up into a side bend. Inhale. Exhale, sweep it all the way through. Inhale long here. Exhale. Reach the hands out as you come through the sweep. Stack the shoulders at the inhale. And then exhale to move. Notice what your sit bones are doing to this. There's a tendency for the opposite sit bone to lift. If you notice it doing that, just kind of nudge it back toward the ground. Ideally, it gets onto the ground. Next time we come over to the right, we're going to stay. Maybe we take these peace fingers around the big toe and give a little thumbs up. Maybe this left hand overhead can grab that thumb, and we can start to spiral the chest toward the sky. Full expression of the pose, the shoulder blades go onto the knee. I know some of you out there can do that. That's where we're moving, this revolved hand to big toe pose. What we're really looking for is opening. We're looking for opening through the left side body. Our next exhale, we're going to crawl it through the middle. Come on up. Peace fingers around the big toe. Maybe we catch the thumb. Keep the right sit bone into the earth. Stack the shoulders. Use the elbow on the inside of the left calf to spiral the heart. That's your tool. That's your lever. Inhale. And exhale back to center. Reach long with the arms. And as we next inhale, we're going to stack the spine. Curl that left foot in, sweep it on up to our extended gate pose, and pivot around to the front of the mat. Take your vinyasa. And whoosh. Okay, let's bring the knees to the edges of the mat, toes together, sit bones to heels. Let's keep the arms active here. We'll keep the elbows off the ground. Melt the heart between the knees. Fill the space between the thighs with your inhales. Give yourself a chance to get in your whole body. Leave your eyes, leave the brain for a minute. Wander out among the pathways of the nervous system into other parts of your physical being. Last exhale here. And we'll all meet in down dog again. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, send it through the hands. Stay up on that back heel. Let's drop the hips, inhale. And as we exhale, lift the hips. Keep the ribs attached to the thigh. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, come back. Now, if you notice your ribs come away from the thigh, then stop your movement where the ribs can still stay connected. Okay? Inhale, lift the heart as we drop the hips. Exhale. Okay, next when we come in, we're going to establish our crescent lunge. So we're going to inhale to rise on up. Exhale, settle in. Yeah, let's lean it back. Get some weight into that back heel. That leg is strong and straight. That's our support system right back there. Beautiful. And let's inhale to reach up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground, lower onto the back knee. Exhale into half Hanuman. Inhale to come forward. Make sure the knee stays over the ankle and doesn't go past. Shift it back. Here, next shift, we're going to hang out so we can walk all the way back. Release the left toes, sit the sit bone on the left heel, and come into a fold over that leg. This might be a lot for the back of the knee. If it is, keep a micro bend or just come back up into half Hanuman. Try to get the left cheek to the outside of the right leg. Try to reach the crown of the head closer to the foot. Exhale everything. Inhale, let's come back into our lunge. Establish our Anjaneyasana, and we'll inhale to lift up. Exhale, hands come around to the sacrum, just like usually we would do with camel. If you can, get the fingers pointing up. And what we're going to do with those hands is kind of pull the hips forward and down. As we drag the hands downward and bring the hips with it, and also pushing forward. Now lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring the elbows toward one another and look up. Keep the neck engaged, so we're not going to release the neck here. And let's inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands down. Let's take a vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. You can go straight to down dog if you like. I know some people are not crazy about doing the vinyasas between times. Or maybe your wrists aren't feeling so happy today. And just go ahead and meet us in down dog. And then we'll inhale the left leg up. Exhale, send it through the hands. Okay, this is a great place for blocks. If that helps these poses become more accessible. Keep that back leg super straight as we drop the hips down. And exhale to straighten both legs. Inhale, sink the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Go long over the extended leg. Again, we want to keep the rib cage attached to that left thigh. If the rib cage starts coming away, that's the end of the stretch, even if that's here. Okay, next time we come in, let's make sure we get set up our crescent lunge, knee over ankle, squared hips. Inhale to rise up. Bring our fingers to mudra. Lift the navel into the spine. This back leg is our foundation. A lot of times we pay a lot of attention to this front leg and what's happening in the quad. Let's work on the stretch that's happening here and the strength that's keeping us square. Press into the ball, the big toe. Inhale to reach in. Exhale, hands come down, lower the back knee. And exhale into our half Hanuman. We can stay here or we can walk it all the way back to set the right sit bone on the right heel. And we're doing a little bit of a pivot with the upper body so we can get the heart close to the leg, middle of the heart. Maybe we get the right cheek to the outside of the knee. Finish your next exhale. We'll inhale forward, set up our low lunge on Janayasana. Inhale to rise. Exhale to circle the arms around behind, get the hands to the sacrum, pressing down and forward. Lift, but then squeezing the shoulder blades, squeezing the elbows toward one another as we lift the heart. Hips going down and forward, heart lifting up and back. Breathe into the shape. Okay, release. Let's inhale to come on up. Exhale, we're coming down for a landing. So we're going to take this left foot and we're going to go scoot, 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 scoot across into our pigeon pose. And now if you notice that you're hanging out on the left hip here, we can stick a block under the left bum to level the hips. We want the hips to be nice and square. Let's get the hands under the shoulders, roll the whole shoulder heads back. Get a little bit of a back bend. And as we exhale, we're going to release over the shin. Now, full expression of the pose is the shin parallel to the top of the mat, but if that keeps the hips from being level, then go ahead and scoot that heel in closer to the groin. Let's lengthen the body over that leg and settle into the ground. My friends who are comfortable in their pigeon, you already have the shin parallel to the top of the mat. You can start to reach, walk forward with the right hand, settle the right cheek into the mat. Use the left hand close to the face. Push the right armpit, push the right hip closer to the ground. Looking for sensation in the outer left hip, the glute. We tend to stay here in pigeon pose for a little bit longer than other poses. It really gives us a chance to sink out of the head and into the hips. The hips is a repository for lots of stress because that's what goes on high alert whenever there's a crisis. Our fight, flight, freeze messages tend to go straight to our biggest joint, our joint that helps us run away if we need to, helps us fight if we need to, and even freezes us. And so settling into them, stretching them, start to release some of the locked in stress. So a lot of people either love or hate the pigeon. Usually you come to love it. Last breath here. And let's bring hands underneath shoulders. Come on up. Hands under shoulders, and maybe pick up the back foot. No, we're not going to grab it today. Let's test it out. And release. Let's come back to our tabletop or down dog. And just feel out how you want to release that leg. You want to bend and straighten it. You want to make circles in the hip socket. You do all that from down dog too, if that's where you're feeling it. So kind of explore how your body likes to release right now. No expectations. Sometimes your body wants to release in tabletop, sometimes not. And when you're ready, let's all come into down dog. Inhale the right leg up. And exhale, bring it forward. Lower on the back knee and scoot the right foot across. So we can come into pigeon on the right side. Let's get the hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulder heads back, get a lot of space for the front body before we extend it over the shin. And you can rest on your hands, you can rest on a block. My friends who are feeling pretty cozy here, reach long with the left hand. Right hand helps kind of snuggle the left armpit closer to the ground, snuggle the left hip, top of the left hip into the ground. And just be the outer right hip. Go in. Explore the caverns. The light of the breath. Soften yourself around your breath. And finish your next exhale. Let's bring ourselves on up. Hands under shoulders to roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Pick up the back foot if that feels good today. Notice the difference. And lower the foot. Hands come to the top of the mat. We release the right leg. And either from tabletop or down dog. Really just explore your body. Explore your body's needs. And as you're ready, let's bring the knees down. Keep the knees together this time. Sit bones to heels. Little balasana. Let's scoot the forehead as close to the knees as we can. Make yourself so tiny. Breathe deeply. Press into your thighs with your breath so that you feel it rebound through the back. Let's settle the forehead, release the neck, reach out with the hand. We're going to come onto our bums. So you can either do the jump through, or just sit, bring your legs around. Kick your blocks out of the way as you go. And sit up nice and tall. Let's bring our hands behind the knees. And let's rock back into our boat pose. Lift the heart, bring the shoulders behind the chest. And then maybe we straighten the legs. Last time we were doing the twist, so I'm going to give you a chance to do full boat if that feels good. So let's establish, let's get space between the shoulders so we're not curling into this pose. We're going to lift into the pose. Inhale here. And as we exhale, let's settle into our canoe. Keep an eye on the toes, heels floating, shoulders floating. Inhale. Exhale, back up into boat. Ha. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Let's hang out. Let's hang out in our canoe. How are we doing for time? Oh. And exhale, release. Sway the head from side to side. Feet to the edges of the mat. Sway the knees from side to side. And let's bring the knees into the chest. Rock them around the sacrum. Okay, let's keep the right knee into the chest. We're going to draw the right knee across the body into a twist. Take the outer blade of the right foot, and start to extend it. So the left hand takes the right foot and extends out. Okay, both shoulders stay on the ground. If that works, then we're going to bend the left leg and maybe take hold of the inner arch with the right hand. Pull the knee to the right. Keep the right shoulder on the ground. This is called cat grabbing its tail. Now, if this is a little too much, you can bend the right knee a bit. Just kind of test out the edge of the extension. If you're not getting a hold of the outer blade of the foot, you could just rest the left hand on the outside of the right knee. Breathe into the left thigh. Breathe down the left thigh. Breathe down the right leg. Okay, release the left leg. Chat with the arm. Release the right leg. Just let the knee get heavy. Arms out to a T. Palms face up. And come on back to center. Okay, we'll do the same thing on the other side. So start with the left knee into the chest. Start to roll that knee across the body. Keep the left shoulder on the ground. Take hold of the outer blade of the left foot and start to extend that leg. Left shoulder pops up. We'll bring it right back down. Okay, if straightening the leg's not working out for you, you can keep it bent. Get that twist established. Then bend the right heel toward the glutes. Reach down with the left hand to get the inner arch of the foot. Maybe you're just grabbing the toes. That's okay too. But let's make sure we keep both shoulders on the ground. Notice how it feels different. One side is going to be more open to this pose than the other side. So explore which one that is. Release that left leg. No, right leg. That was the right leg. Release the right leg. Left arm goes out long. Release the right foot. Release the right hand and left foot. Bend the left knee. And just come into a more standard twist. And just see how prepping with the cat grabbing its tail might change the shape of this pose. The depth. Just let the left knee get heavy. Let the left ear get heavy. Left cheek. And let's come on back to center. Okay, whatever pose would feel good right now, go ahead and take it. Maybe you just have some wiggles and you want to pedal it out. Sway from side to side. Maybe you want to take a happy baby. We did a lot of hip work, but well, I know a lot of people who like to end with happy baby. Maybe you want to take a bridge, shoulder stand, or maybe you're quite ready for shavasana. Set up your shavasana, one that'll best allow you to just relax and release. I like to take a Supta Baddha Konasana, supported Supta Baddha Konasana now and again. As long as there's no strain. No strain anywhere. No strain in the neck, no strain in the hips. Just a sense of, I think I will do the broken bridge pose with my knees to get completely. So once you do finish your last pose, once you do find your final shape, take a few clearing breaths. Once you've cleared out your breaths, once you've committed yourself to a sense of stillness, just let the breath be nice and soft. Just try to stay in the present moment. Even if you're paying attention to sound, if you're paying attention to things outside yourself, at least stay here in the moment. Now, your mind's not going to want to, because your mind slips very easily into the past and the future. But every time you notice that happening, just gently call it back. No fuss, no frustration, just acceptance. Oh, my mind wandered. Let's bring it back now. And the breath is a beautiful thing to focus on, to keep it in the now. Last moment of shavasana. Let's catch on to the spirit of spring by again doubling up the exhale. Make sure the chin stays soft and the throat stays soft. Just give a gentle count to the inhale and see if you can elongate the exhale to be double. Now, if the exhale doesn't quite make it double, then just hold the exhale until you finish your count. It kind of helps train the lungs. Notice if your face starts to tighten up, and just let it release. Notice if you're lifting your chin a lot. Notice if any other part of the body starts to tighten up as you exert a little bit of control over the inhales and exhales. Last round of breath. And then as you finish your exhale, you'll start bringing some movement to the extremities, the toes and feet, or the toes and fingers, moving into the wrists and ankles, legs, arms. Sway the head from side to side. Reach up overhead and give yourself a stretch if that feels good. And as you're ready, keep your arms up overhead. So as you curl to one side, you can pillow your head on one of your arms. The top arm, whatever it is, can curl around behind the back. Let's open up that shoulder. Let's keep some space across the heart. As you're ready to come up, let's bring that hand back to the front so we can lift up into our Sukhasana. So find a nice, comfortable Sukhasana. Sukha means sweet, means ease. So let's make sure we have some ease. Asana tries to incorporate ease and steadiness. We have this lovely yin-yang of strength and agility. Let's inhale our arms nice and wide. Exhale, let's bring the hands to heart center. Relax through the elbows, relax through the shoulders. I see a lot of this. In fact, I used to do this. No, relax the shoulders, relax the arms. The spine is nice and tall. We'll close our practice with the sound of Om and 3 Shantis. So take a big inhale through the belly, fill up completely, and slow through the lips. Exhale completely. Like so at the end of the exhale, pull the navel in, squeeze it all out. So we get this beautiful fresh inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Follow your next exhale by tucking the chin. Honoring the spirit of life and light that flows around us and through us and dwells within us. Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining me on Flow Together Wednesdays. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. If there's any of these live flows that you really enjoy, but the live situation is not your thing, then go ahead and just, again, leave a comment or about which flow you would like to see in an edited video, and I will go ahead and make that happen. Okay, thank you again, and have a beautiful midnight. Bye for now.